Hey up everybody, my name's Joshua Morrison, director of Johnny Mozz's or Lessons in Confidence. Today I want to talk to you a little bit about filming in public and how you can do a lot more than you actually think you can do. Now, in this country, in the United Kingdom, and it might vary depending on what country you live in fact it will vary depending on what country you live in, the rules are you can have up to 4 people filming any one thing out on the street if you're using a tripod, and that limitation doesn't apply if you're not using a tripod. So if you're using a gimbal or something like that, you can kind of get away with a little bit more. And so I've kind of taken full advantage of that to, as best of my ability. Like, this is completely fine. Going on any sort of council property, because this is council property, this public land, this is just a pavement. So I can kind of do whatever I want, as long as I'm not getting in people's way, I'm not causing a fuss, I'm not like being overly loud. Like, I couldn't just set fireworks off in the street or something like that. And I don't know, maybe I could. Probably not. Don't take that as legal advice. And I just thought I would say this just because, you see a lot of YouTubers, you see a lot of video makers and stuff that go out into the street and they do so much, and you wonder, how the hell do they get away with that? And the answer is because you can get away with a lot more than you actually think you can. You can do so much out here. You can do so much in the way of filming. Like, the world is truly your oyster. And also, people don't really give a shit. Like, when I first started filming out in public, before I even started doing these talkie videos, but I would just film like movies and stuff out in the street, I would always worry about what people sort of thought of me. And I would always think like, oh God, what if they think I'm a bit weird or a bit cringy, or if like I'm some YouTube vlogger or something. And I've tried to emphasize that I'm not a YouTube vlogger. I'm not going to be one of those people that's like, hey guys, how you doing? I'm here at this cafe, or whatever it is that the vloggers do. I don't watch vlogs really. But I started off and I kind of thought, oh God, what if people sort of judge me for like what I'm doing or how I'm doing it or anything like that. And I just kind of thought, what if people kind of think, like, he's a mental case, he's a weirdo, he's talking to himself out in public. But the answer is, nobody gives a shit, right? People quickly give you a little glance. People kind of go, oh, and they clock the fact that you're there doing like a video. And they'll just go, oh, it's just a guy doing a video. You won't even come up in their conversations. Like, those people have just passed. Say they're going to like a cafe or something to meet some friends. I'm not going to come up in their conversation. They don't give a shit about me, right? With all fairness, like, they don't care. And nobody that is watching you film cares either. A YouTubey sort of friend of mine called Tantrus Humble has started doing these kind of videos where he goes out in public and starts talking and stuff. And he does them in Tokyo, or maybe it's Kyoto, I can't remember which city he lives in. But it's a city, it's a proper big city, and he goes out into like proper crowded sort of places. He doesn't do what I do, which is find a back alley or something. He proper goes into the middle of the street. And like, that's a totally different culture, Japan. I don't know Japanese culture in particular, but maybe they're a bit more like averse to this kind of filming out in the street sort of thing, especially because he's not Japanese. But, I've looked at the people in the background. You occasionally get someone going, and that's it. People don't care. People don't mind you filming out there. As long as you're not like filming in front of someone's doorway, like doorway to a shop or something like that, you can get away with a lot. You can even do like a shot of someone going into an establishment, as long as you don't make that establishment out to be something that they're not. Like, for instance, you couldn't film like the GlaxoSmithKline building and make it out like it's like, Satan's headquarters or something like that. That is illegal, that's libelous. So don't do anything like that. Don't misrepresent the real world to make it out like it's something more evil than it is. I couldn't sit here and go, oh, this building here, it's like the most evil building in the world, and like all the evils in the world get done in that building there. And that's a portal to hell, that little archway there. It's a portal to hell. I can't say any of that, right? Because that's all libelous. So none of what I just said counts for anything, okay? Now, you might sort of think, well, look, I kind of want to do some videos, but I'm scared of what people might think. Even despite the fact that you've just said no one cares, I still fear the people care. And maybe my culture, the one that you're viewing it from, maybe they care a lot more about this sort of thing. Maybe there's a lot more of like, I don't know, like honor, and like people don't, like, they're more judgmental and stuff like that compared to in a city where no one gives a shit. Maybe you live in a village or something like that where everyone knows you and you become known as the weird YouTube guy or the weird filmmaker or whatever. And it's like, it's not the worst reputation, being a creator, being a creative, as long as you're like living enough, like in a sustainable manner, you're not hurting anyone, and you're making entertaining stuff for people to watch, you're doing a good for the world. And all anyone can do is hate on that. And if they do, like, I've gotten a few hate comments and I just kind of find them a bit funny. There was one that said, girl, stop yapping. I've gotten a few yapping comments, and I've noticed that that's because it's a buzzword at the moment, like yap. you know, like Yappuccino and all that sort of stuff. And it's like, yeah, you're going to get negative stuff like that. And you might even get a couple negative things out in the world. I did one video where I did it on like a tree log, and like a load of 15-year-old, 16-year-old high school kids, I think they were doing their GCSEs. They came up and I think, you know, at first they were intending to just sort of take the piss a little bit. But, you know, I sort of sat and talked to them. I just kind of went along with the flow, and they ended up being the best part about that video. And it's one of my best videos, I think, because of them. You know, and like there's been various videos where someone has come up and asked me, what am I doing? You know, am I filming? I did one video where I actually got kicked out of the place I was filming because I was filming in a really stupid place, to be completely fair. Like, I shouldn't have been filming there, all things considered. But, you know, worst thing that happens is they say you can't be here, you need to go. And if you're making like a film where you need like various angles and stuff, say you've got like 2 angles left that you need to shoot, that can be a little bit annoying and it can be a little bit stressful. But the worst thing that happens is you have to find a new location. Absolute worst thing that happens is you need to do another day's filming. And if you're on this level, that's not the worst thing. That might be like an extra 50 quid out your bank account. And it's like, fuck's sake. You know, it's just irritating. And it will be annoying when things like that happen. But worst thing that happens is that, like, you're not going to get like thrown in jail or something like that for going out and filming. Again, depending on what country you're coming at this from. Like, I don't know the laws in like basically every country in the world, right, apart from England. And you know, maybe it's different there. So if you are watching this from another country, please let me know what the laws are in your country. Like, could I get away with doing this in your country? And could you start doing what I do, just go into a place and just talking shit for 10, 20 minutes? Could that work in your country? And you know, and I guess the great thing is with these lav mics is like there is so much noise going around. Right behind the camera there is a construction site, and that like whoosh noise was like an elevator, and there's all clanging and stuff. You know, and that's the real world. That's the noises of the real world. And I wanted to capture the real world in all of its glory, because the real world is kind of fascinating. And once you get out there, because it's very easy to isolate yourself into your own little routine. It's very easy to just be like, work, home, see the same couple friends, go to their house, go to the same pub or the same cafe, time and time and time again, because it's what you know, it's your comfort zone. And it's very easy to want to stay in your comfort zone. Like, I don't like central London. I've done a video about why I don't like central London, but that's not going to stop me from coming here. It's not going to stop me from, you know, engaging with the wider world, because whether I like central London or not, it's always going to be there. It's not going to disappear just because I don't approve of it. So, you know, make the most of it. Go find some crazy places. Have a bit of fun. See what's out there. Like, there's some amazing establishments around here. There's a place called the Strongham Arms. It's actually nowhere near here. It's out on the other side of central London, and it's a place where they have this really great sort of psychedelic live music. I think they do some other grungier sort of stuff as well. They do all kinds of events, that kind of thing. I like going there. I've been there a few times, and it's just an amazing little place with an amazing community of people. I've met a couple of people there that I really enjoy talking to and stuff like that. And you know, I started taking the camera there, and I started like filming like the live performances and stuff. And then from there, someone pointed me out to the manager, and the manager goes, "Oh, do you take photos and stuff?" And I was like, "Yeah." It's like, "Do you want to come take more photos?" And I'm like, "Well, yeah, love to." So I went out and took some more photos of people, and that was really fun, and it was an awful lot of you know, good experiences from that. And people are a lot more accepting and a lot more hospitable than you might ever imagine. You know, you see like them bold and bankrupt videos or whatever, and he goes to like Mother Russia or like, you know, like South America or Africa or wherever, and like all the people there are extremely hospitable. And then you kind of look around England and you kind of think, well, people aren't like that. They don't invite you in for dinner or whatever. But, you know, and that might make you think that like English culture is a little bit cold, and it's not. It's just different, and every culture is a little bit different, and they're all hospitable in different ways. We all want the social experience because we are social creatures, and we want to get ourselves out there and figure our place within the world. And I think doing filming out in the world, if you're like a creative, you want to make creative stuff, maybe you're doing music but you want to get into video, or maybe you're doing a bit of video but you're nervous, maybe like you're using your dad's camera and you're scared about taking your dad's camera out because you don't want to break it or whatever, you know, like was the case with me when I first started filming. Like, I used to use a Nikon D3100, that was my dad's camera, and you know, I really was always scared of taking it out because what if I broke it or whatever. And then when I finally got my own camera, it was so liberating just being able to go wherever I want and just like treat my camera like crap, to be honest. So you can kind of get away with a lot. You can put your equipment through a lot, you can put yourself through a lot, and you can take yourself to weird places, put yourself out your comfort zone. Like, I'm quite a quiet person. I'm not the sort of person that is comfortable coming out into the middle of nowhere and just talking while loads of people go past, where that guy over there can see me, the people walking under that little thing can see me. The guy that just walked past, he just made a quick bit of eye contact. The guy that's driving this Kia black car, he's going to notice me and sort of wonder to himself, oh, I wonder what that guy's doing. You know, and that's the most that's going to happen. They're going to wonder, oh, well, I wonder what that guy's doing. And then it just leaves their system. At most, they have a little bit of a conversation. Oh, maybe he's doing some filming. What kind of filming is he doing? Oh, he's probably doing this. Oh, he's probably a vlogger, or he's probably doing this, or whatever, you know? And it's totally fine. And it works itself out because you can just do this stuff and no one gives a shit. Like, that guy there, he just glanced at the camera. He probably thought, that guy's doing some filming. That's it. You know, that's whatever. These people that are walking down now, they're just thinking, oh, he's just doing some filming. People don't give a shit about you. So use that to your advantage. Use the fact that no one cares about you to your advantage, right? Because, yeah, no one cares about you, but why should you let that stop you? Why should you let that get you down? Do you want everyone to care about you? I don't want all these people to be stopping me and going, oh, what are you doing? Oh, I'm doing the Johnny Mozza thing. Oh, here's a card, blah, blah, blah. Oh, I'm so interested. It's like, I don't want that. Because then I wouldn't even be able to do the videos. It would just get in the way. I like the fact that everyone just gets on with their fucking business. Whenever I see someone filming out in the street, I always try and make a point to like go around them or not get in their shot. Or if I have to go in their shot, I try not to look at the camera. Stuff like that. You know, just to make their life easier, because I know that they're trying to capture some footage. They're trying to do something. They're trying to achieve something with the fact they're out here filming. And me just glaring into the camera like that is not helping their cause. So if you're going around sort of seeing people film, don't like get in their way. And if you want to stop and talk to them, make it quick, make it simple, fast, because they are busy, like, and just have fun with it, you know, just and start doing this yourself. You can do this because like I'm not an extroverted person. I'm not like some big like social super talker. I can't talk your ear off forever. I'm quite a quiet person deep down, and like maybe that's why this is like general lessons in confidence. And I looked at some of my older videos and I noticed how much, I talk like this all the time, and I talk sort of airy. And now I actually, you know, project my voice a little bit because I've found my voice. And you will find your voice too if you just keep doing this, just keep trying and just keep going. Just start doing stuff. Maybe it's not this, maybe you want to find some other style, find something that works for you, but there is a whole wide world out here that you can film in, and no one is going to stop you from filming it. The worst they'll do is look in the camera, and that's a bit annoying, but that's it. So yeah, that's going to be the video. Thank you so much for watching this. Please leave your comments down in the description below about what the filming laws are like in your country. What can you get away with? Can you get away with more than I can get away with? Can you not get away with any of this at all? Can you not even like take a video on your phone? Anything like that? Is it totally illegal to do any of that? Like, yeah, I'm sure, because every country is different, and I really would like to know, because I'd like to start doing these videos in other countries, because, you know, it's not just England that I want to, like, when I say there's a whole wide world out there, I mean a whole wide world, not a whole wide England. You know, there's so much out there to explore, and I want to explore it. And yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. Have a great rest of the day, and thank you very much, everybody. Take care. Bye-bye. Sorry about seeing my fucking leg the whole time, but it's hard to get trousers for someone that's my height, right? Does that give you an idea, right? Pain in the arse, this.